Living a simple life looks different for each of us because what we choose to focus on would vary. However, no matter what our focus, it's a lifestyle that keeps us grounded because it helps us to look at how we identify ourselves and what we consider top priorities in our lives. What does simple living mean to you? In this video, I will talk about factors that you may want to change and consider to help you discover what simple living can look like for you. Hello, I'm Maria, and if you're feeling overwhelmed and burdened and would like tips about simple living for a healthy life, then you have come to the right place. Simple living does not look the same for everyone. For one person, it may mean leaving the fast-paced, busy city and moving to a quiet neighborhood in a rural community. For another person, it may look like going from full-time to part-time work or to quit in order to have more time for the things that are important. Maybe it might mean finding a different job. For others, it can be moving from a big house and a lot of possessions to a smaller place and downsizing. Living a simple life can focus on reducing the amount of stuff we have or changing how we spend our time, or both. For me, words that describe how I would like my life to be are uncomplicated, unhurried, present, intentional, mindful, and aware. So no matter how you define simple living, I find that through this lifestyle, we can influence at least one of the following 6 factors in our lives. First, our time. When you are feeling overwhelmed, overworked, and burdened with the amount of responsibility that you have in the time that you don't have, you may feel the need to cut back. Second, our space. How does where we live affect us? It can mean our house, the need to move to a smaller place, or even a bigger place to accommodate our needs. Or it can mean the city or place that we live in. Maybe you'd like to move somewhere that doesn't have too much activity, such as a quiet suburb, or maybe you'd like a smaller place near good public transportation so you don't need a car. Or making the best out of the space you already live in. We almost moved to a bigger house when the kids were young, but the thought of maintaining a bigger place where we'd be commuting further to work would complicate our lives. Third, our relationships. Are you spending enough time with those you love and treasure? Being able to spend time with those who are important to us is very important. Why make money and achieve goals if I can't share them with those that I care about? To me, simple living means I can have more time to spend with family and friends, or even to volunteer and help others and build relationships with those in my community. Fourth, our possessions. Do you have too much stuff? It's so easy to fall into consumerism and buy too much. When the stuff that we have starts to demand time and effort to maintain and upkeep, maybe it's time to get rid of things that don't matter anymore. Decluttering can help us reduce stress. It should lead us to see that we don't need a lot to be happy or feel worthy. Our stuff shouldn't define us. When I hold on too tightly to my possessions, I know that the placement of my values may be off balance. Assessing our possessions can help change our spending habits and save us money. What do you think so far? Please let me know in the comments below. The next factor is our goals. What are your goals? How many goals do you have? I have been guilty of having too many goals. Work goals, career goals, goals as a parent, spiritual goals, household goals, hobby goals, goals for my garden, travel goals, and other goals. It became too much. By trying to do a lot, I felt I wasn't really getting anything done well. Limiting my goals and priorities helped me to achieve more in terms of quality of outcomes. Simple living can help you reach your goals better. Cutting down on unnecessary obligations and things that take our time but serve no value will free up time and mental space to reach your top goals. And lastly, our health. Ultimately, my goal for a simple lifestyle is to improve my health, which is what most of the content on my channel will focus on. When I think of the factors of not having enough time for friends and family, or to do what I consider important, not living well in our space, being defined by our possessions, and having too much to do, it has affected my health by causing stress and affecting my sleep, affecting my physical health when I don't have time to cook a healthy meal or exercise, and it impacts other areas in health over time. Another term that is associated with simple living is minimalism. Minimalism is more centered on what we own and how to get rid of clutter, which can hinder a simple life. However, simple living does not necessarily include minimalism. While I want an uncomplicated life, I don't consider myself a minimalist yet. Right now, I'm working on cutting out excess in my life in terms of time commitments and the space that I live in. I do declutter my space every once in a while, but I'm not trying to live off the minimal amount of items. A simple lifestyle can help us achieve good health, which should be important for all of us. So I ask you again, what does simple living look like to you? What can you simplify that can help you reduce stress or get enough sleep or other health goals? If you're still unclear about what simple living looks like for you, watch this video about what simple living is not to help you sift through any misconceptions or false ideas about this way of living. Share any ideas you have in the comments below, like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.